Greetings, fans of Heartland Championship Wrestling, and welcome to the May 2009 edition of HCW Shoutout. This is your host, the Professor, getting ready for another spectacular pay-per-view extravaganza. Heartland Havoc 26 Bluegrass Brawl will take place this Sunday night, May the 10th, from the Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. At the top of the card, the HCW Heavyweight Championship will be defended. The champion, Bruiser Brody, continues to dominate the Heartland. Only one man can rival the dominance of Brody, and that man is the United States Heavyweight Champion, Ray the Crippler Stevens. The showdown between the two baddest men in the Heartland is long overdue, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Brody and Stevens will rock the Rupp Arena at Bluegrass Brawl. Havoc will also play host to a very unique match with a brand new championship at stake. Warfare Combat Champion Mike Quackenbush has conceptualized this match. 6 men, 1 ladder, and 1 championship belt suspended over the ring. The first man to climb the ladder and capture the belt will become the NWA Ultimate X-Champion. HCW Commissioner Cousin Luke has declared that this title will unify the Cruiserweight Cup, the Warfare Combat Championship, and the Old School United States Heavyweight title into one Ultimate Championship. Quackenbush has compiled an impressive roster of talent to join him in this spectacular matchup. 2 Japanese legends, Antonio Inoki and Tiger Mask, will participate. The high-flying former United States champion Jimmy Superfly Snuka will compete, along with former combat champion The Missing Link. And if that's not mayhem enough, the enigmatic Jimmy Jacobs has weaseled his way into an invitation for this match. Who will be the man to bring home the gold? The only way to find out is to check us out this Sunday. Yet another title will be on the line at Bluegrass Brawl when the United States Tag Team Champions Bob and Brad Armstrong defend those titles against the ferocious Road Warriors. From the time that Hawk and Animal entered the old school, they have annihilated the competition, and now Rupp Arena will be the site of the Warriors' first shot at the gold. The Warriors are confident that they will bring home the belts, but Bob and Brad Armstrong have stared down adversity before. Never in the history of Heartland Wrestling have the champions entered a title match as such a prohibitive underdog. Will this be the coronation for the mighty Road Warriors, or will the Armstrongs rise to the occasion and shock the world? Tune in this Sunday to find out. The old school tag team division has spawned another epic confrontation that will take place at Havoc. The Vachon brothers have terrorized the old school throughout 2009. No one has felt the wrath of the Vachons more than Larry and Kurt Hennig. Larry the Axe was put out of wrestling for several months by a vicious attack from the Vachons. Finally, Larry Hennig returns to action this Sunday night, teaming with son Kurt to seek his revenge against the men who put him on the shelf. But the bad blood doesn't stop there. No feud in the Heartland has been hotter than the animosity between Harley Race and Jim Cornette. Cornette and his men made this feud intensely personal, kidnapping Harley's manager Sherry Martel. Not only did Cornette kidnap Sherry, he shaved her head and had his own face tattooed on Sherry's back. By the time Race managed to rescue Sherry, she was bitter and disillusioned. Desperate to regain her favor, Race put his own hair on the line. Race will meet Bundy in a steel cage I Quit match, and if Bundy wins, Harley will lose his hair. But in a return stipulation, if Race beats Bundy, then Jim Cornette himself will be forced to enter the cage and face the wrath of Harley Race. Either way, the consequences of this match will not be pretty. And finally, Havoc will present a very bizarre match between former tag team partners. The New Age Outlaws have fallen on hard times, and the wrestler formerly known as Kip James has undergone a most unusual transformation. Kip has joined forces with the Twisted Alliance known as The Awakening, under the leadership of the diabolical Jimmy Jacobs. Jacobs has convinced Kip to shave his head and forsake his identity. He is now referred to as simply M. Jacobs has persuaded M that the only way to fulfill his destiny is to abandon his past, and that means he must destroy his former partner and best friend. A first blood match has been scheduled for this confrontation. For his part, BG is willing to step into the ring if it means the chance to rescue his friend from a desperate situation. Who will survive this confrontation? That, my friends, remains to be seen. So that's our lineup for a tremendous pay-per-view broadcast of Heartland Havoc 26, Bluegrass Brawl. In a first blood match, BG James will take on his former tag team partner, the man formerly known as Kip James, now known simply as M. In a steel cage I Quit match, Harley Race challenges his nemesis King Kong Bundy with special stipulations. If Race loses that match, he will shave his head. But if Race defeats Bundy, he will get his hands on Jim Cornette inside the steel cage. Larry the Axe-Hennig returns to action to team with his son Kurt to seek their collective revenge against the hated Vachon brothers. The United States Tag Team Champions Bob and Brad Armstrong defend their titles against the formidable challenge of the Road Warriors. In a spectacular six-man Money in the Bank ladder match, the newly commissioned NWA Ultimate X Championship will be decided. Mike Quackenbush, Tiger Mask, Antonio Inoki, The Missing Link, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and the diabolical Jimmy Jacobs will all be contending for this prestigious title. And in our main event of the evening, the Heartland Heavyweight Championship will be on the line when the champion Bruiser Brody defends the belt against Ray the Crippler Stevens. So fans, be sure to call your cable company or make the drive to see it live Sunday, May the 10th from the legendary Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Heartland Havoc 26, Bluegrass Brawl.